Hello and welcome to my Live at 5, Saturday Live at 5. This is Jeanne Omlor, the business profit strategist and coach, here every Saturday live at 5. Now, I'm going to wait, as I always do, a few minutes or a couple minutes to see who is turning up today from my Saturday Live at 5. I'll just adjust a little bit and I'm going to share to a group. Let's see if that works. Okay, that didn't work. I was trying to share to my group, but it didn't work. Oh well. Hi, Chris, how are you? Andrew, hello. I'm doing very well. We have a nice day here. It was very sunny, now it's not so sunny. Welcome everybody, Jay, welcome. I'm going to start in a minute with my pure and pleasurable and positive thought system that will change. It will reprogram your brain and change your business and life. It is revolutionary and it's nothing new. Hey Sammy, how are you? Eileen, how are you? Thanks for joining everybody. Hey Gregory, Anna, how are you? Great, we've got a lot of people turning up. This is awesome and this is going to be a revolutionary, hey Robin, happy Saturday to you. This is going to be a revolutionary show. Just going to adjust this a little bit. Okay, yes, hashtag live. Everybody, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jeanne Omlor, the business profit strategist, the online business profit strategist and coach. And here I am. Today, I'm just going to go right into this. Today, I'm going to, hi Anna, I'm going to teach you something called PPP thought. Pure, positive, pleasurable thought system. So we're going to actually reprogram your brain to, hey Sam, to take the bugs out. We're going to make you, hey Pyle, we're going to make you have a bug-free brain today. And this is revolutionary, but it's nothing new. It's actually a very old system. Okay, so today we are doing PPP thought, pure, positive, pleasurable thought system. And I'm smiling ear to ear because this has actually changed my life. I've been through a lot of hard times, and when I learned this system, and I read a story of a person who had lost everything, and he was sick, and he'd lost his job, and his wife left him, and all sorts of stuff, and he started practicing this. This is what made me start practicing it, and it is amazing. So I'm getting goosebumps because I'm going to just start with it right now. Okay, so I'm going to take you through 4 steps to literally reprogram your brain. I did another reprogramming your brain, but this one's different. This one is about rebooting your brain, and it's about learning how to actually control your own thoughts, okay? And to control what you're thinking. Hey Jeremiah, so I am going to launch right into this, the PPP thought system, pure, positive, pleasurable thought system. I made that up. Okay, so the first step is a very easy step. And you're going to be like, wow, that's so simple. And it really is simple. It's not that easy to do. Okay, the very first thing is we've never been taught how to think. We only been taught what to think. So this is about how to think. The majority of people in the world are absolutely led by their mind. A lot of us are, unless, hi Abby, unless we learn to actually train ourselves on how to think, we're just going to not know how to think. Okay, yes, love would be great. Hashtag live would be great. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Jeanne Omlor, the online business profit strategist and coach. And I help coaches, consultants, and service providers to scale to 20K plus months and way beyond. Okay, yes, thanks for the shirt compliment. All right, so the first thing is we are going to teach you today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to think. And this is what's going to change your life. If you practice it, you have to practice things. All right, so you can train yourself to control your own mind. So others don't do it for you, all right? Now, especially now, we really want to know how to control our own thoughts and our own mind. Okay, so this is a very simple method. I'm going to go right into the first step. So the first step is, I've got some good notes here, I'll be referring to them. Think of something from your past, something that makes you feel great, okay? Something really great that has no negative attachment to it at all. Okay, it's irrelevant what others think. Others don't matter for this. This is all about you. It's the me show. Others come in later. But right now, choose a very powerful thought, one that no matter what happens, nobody could take that away from you. Very important. Just one thought, okay? So find your thought and hold on to it for 15 seconds, all right? 15 seconds. Excuse me. You can close your eyes. Don't move on. Just hold this thought for 15 seconds. Excuse my voice, a bit raspy. And make it pleasurable. So it's got to be a thought that really gives you pleasure. Something from your past. It has nothing to do with what other people think of you or anything like that. But it has to be something that no matter what happens, nobody could ever take that wonderful thought away from you. Thanks for the hearts. And so I'm basically telling you, think of one of the most pleasurable things you've ever had in your life, ever happened to you. Hey, Fred. And I want you just to think only of that. Don't have other thoughts coming in. All right? Try this. And enjoy it. Okay, 15 seconds. Good time. Okay, that was about 15 seconds. Wasn't that easy, was it? Who thought that was easy? Tell me if that was really easy. Because most people have problems, I know I did, to hold on to a pure, pleasurable thought for 15 seconds. It's not that much, but somehow we find that hard. Okay, so that's the first step, is to practice that. A pleasurable thought, one of the most pleasurable thoughts you've ever had in your life, or memory, for 15 pure seconds. So it's pure, positive, pleasurable thought for 15 seconds. So I want to hear from you guys. Who found that easy? Who found that hard? Not as hard as I thought it would be, but not easy. Okay, this is the practice. This practice alone, the 15 seconds, will change your life, because when you, oh, Hendra had a good time with that. Okay, it was easy. We got more coming up. Because when you're in any situation that's stressful or traumatizing or anything, you can do the 15 seconds, you're good. Hey, Jessie, how are you? Okay, so that's the first step. Now, so you got to keep trying it for 15 seconds. All right. Now, as a tester, not right now, but as a tester, try to do this for 10 or 15 minutes. Okay? That's the real test, but we're going to come to that in a minute. That's the test. 10 to 15 minutes, that's the challenge. Okay, but first we want to just practice to be able to do this for 15 seconds on demand. Okay, now you may enjoy it. You should enjoy it, because this should be pleasurable, and it should be luxurious and fun to retreat into this amazing memory or thought that no one can take away from you. That was a great experience. Okay, so that's step one. So try and spend one day just going in and out of the 15 seconds, just practicing. Okay, now I'm going to turn the 15 seconds of this really pleasurable thought. If you do this just for one day, you will already see a lot of change. Okay, I'm just going to adjust this. I turned really pasty white. Okay, now, step two. How'd you do? Well, we're getting some people, and Piles is not so hard. Hendra, not so hard. I'm guessing some people found it harder than others. Hey, Sandy, how are you? All right. Did you manage to regain control over your own mind? Because that 15 seconds literally gives you a chance to control and gain control over your own mind on demand. That's the first step. Okay, because for a lot of people, your mind does sabotage you. It's like a saboteur, and it will sabotage you. We love your mind, but the mind has bugs in it, and it will, not like bugs like cockroaches, but bugs like bugs in a computer, and it will sabotage you at all, any opportunity it gets. So that's the first thing. Okay, so was this something you just sort of got through, or did you enjoy it? So start thinking about those questions. You can answer me, or you can just keep that for yourself. Now, close your eyes. Now we're going to do step two. Hey, Jeannie. Step two is close your eyes, go back to this wonderful thought, and think about it more. Close your eyes, think about it more. Relive it. Remember how good that feeling was, and start to feel it. So now you're bringing in not just the thought, you're bringing in the feeling into the thought. Now, actors do this all the time. Jeanne knows that. I know that because Jeanne was an actress. So you're going to relive it, and you're going to feel the surfaces you were sitting on, the feeling of the clothes you were wearing, all the sensual things that were happening when you were having this experience of this pure, pleasurable thought. So go through in your mind, go through the motion of it. Relive this wonderful moment again and again, okay? You never get bored of it. So it's really just this movie of something that you know you can go to, and it's going to put you in this state. Okay, and also start thinking of the 5 minutes before it happened and the 5 minutes after. So now we're going to 5 minutes before, reliving that, the pleasurable thought, and then the 5 minutes after, okay? So this is a gift. This is a gift to yourself to relive. And some people do this with the, when they recall their dreams, the Silva method, they recall their day in their dreams. There's a whole method of this. That's not what this is. It's similar. So now the 5 minutes before, the pleasurable experience and everything that went through with it, and then 5 minutes after. So now you're building a story. Okay, so that's the second one. Now this is just one technique whereby you can control your thoughts. There are many. And also, this is also can be used to build wealth, a wealthy mindset. So it's a lot of things. So I'm going to talk about the wealth part. Just going to go back to my notes. I want to make sure I don't forget anything today. Okay, so where are we? Oh, I got a little lost. Okay, so all right. So I'm guessing after a few attempts at holding a positive thought for a few seconds, you dropped the subject and went back to your life. Now, some people, they find it easier than others. Like some people find it easier to meditate, and some people find it easier to get rid of monkey mind. Okay? You hold the positive thought. Okay. Now, for me, it took me a while. I'll be honest, it took me half a dozen times to really get into this practice. And it does take time sometimes for certain people, and it's okay. Because some of us have monkey minds. I have monkey mind. It's really hard for me to still, because I'm just really active. Okay, but the more I did this, the more I do it, the more I can always get myself into a positive state. And the whole point is, it's not just positive thinking, it's based on positive thinking, but there's more in it. Okay, so you're going to print out an email from a client that said yes and paid up. Yes, okay, great. Now, if you did have problems, ask yourself, why did I have problems? You want to analyze why. I'm guessing, I can only guess, that you might think this was not important enough. And a lot of people, they'll start doing a practice and it's like, well, it wasn't important enough. So you have to make this important enough, like anything you're going to practice in your life, to actually do it. All right? Because we have a lot of things to do. People practice yoga and prayer and meditation and all sorts of stuff. So you have to make it important enough that you are going to do it, or it just won't happen. Okay, now, so you just keep practicing this until you can do this on demand. You pull the car over if you're still driving. You stop the day and you just go into this until you figure out how to make this work for you. Okay, so you have an on-demand service of pure, positive, pleasurable thought. So that's the thing. You go and you're creating now the feeling around it and leading up to it, and you're creating more of a story. Okay, so you're going to do this over and over. Now, you got to keep at it till it's on demand, so other thoughts don't come in. Okay, now, this is the foundation of getting to the life or having the life you desire. So it might seem insignificant or unimportant, but seriously, this very simple practice will clear your mind so you can place your own thoughts you're choosing into your mind rather than media and everything else that people put in our brains by brainwashing us, because a lot of things are subliminal and there's a lot of stuff that we're not choosing to think. I think we would all agree on that. Okay, now, I'm going to actually read something very interesting, and I'm going to find it here. It's, just trying to find, again, I got lost. Okay, so to do things in a way you want to do them, you will have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think. This is the first step towards getting rich or controlling your mind. To think what you want to think is to think truth regardless of appearances. Every person has the natural and inherent power to think what he wants to think, but it requires far more effort to do so than you think. To think according to appearances is easy. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work a person has to perform. There is no labor from which most people shrink as they do from that of sustained and consecutive thought. It is the hardest work in the world. This is especially true when truth is contrary to appearances. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind which observes it. This can only be prevented by holding the thought of the truth. To look upon the appearances of disease will produce the form of disease in your own mind and ultimately in your body. Instead, you must hold the thought of the truth, which is that there is no disease. Disease is only the appearance and the reality is health. To look upon the appearance of poverty will produce corresponding forms in your own mind. Instead, you must hold to the truth that there is no poverty. There is only abundance. It requires power to think health when surrounded by the appearances of disease, or to think riches when in the midst of the appearances of poverty. But he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. He can conquer fate. He can have what he wants. Okay, that whole passage was taken from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Now, apparently Bob Proctor said he has read this hundreds of times and always finds something new. So that's a good book, is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. I have some of his other books, actually. So I suggest you read this section over and over again. The point is this: the very foundation to building riches, because I'm talking about wealth building because I'm a business coach, okay? And happiness and fulfillment is, if you cannot control your own mind, then you cannot give it clear and consistent direction about where you want it to go. Yes, it's obvious, but we let go of the obvious without taking the correct action. Okay, so you can at will control your mind. Right now, I want you to hold a consecutive thought for 15 seconds. We're going to do it again. Go. Okay, so now we've had 2 practices in this session. All right. Now don't worry if you can't hold it. You know, we're going to talk about that in a second. I couldn't, again, it was hard for me I had a lot going on when I started doing this, and it was hard for me to even do 15 seconds. I mean, I could do it, but sometimes I'd do it and sometimes I wouldn't. So you have to control your mind. Okay. Okay, your daughter did angry react because she wants a bottle. Okay. All right. So, now, if you couldn't, and if you want certain wealth, then you have to acquire this skill. Sincerely, you have to acquire controlling your own thoughts and putting your own thoughts in your own mind. And this will change your life just on so many levels. Okay, so you got to regain control of your mind, and you deserve it. So without it, you will not have certainty, and with certainty comes absolute power over your own mind. Again, it reminds me of, I keep forgetting the name of the person that wrote the book In the Concentration Camp. Please tell me somebody, it flew out of my mind. Okay, so hi Dion. So that was skill number 1, is you have to acquire this. If you haven't acquired it yet, you know, don't move on till you got the 15 seconds down. Okay, you got to just build the solid foundation. So step 3 is acquiring no mind. Now, in certain Zen circles, it's called Satori. That's when you have no mind. So you want to paint you want to get a blank canvas to have no mind, and you want to silence your mind to then put the thoughts you want in it. So you have no thoughts of any kind. Now this is hard. Some people don't find it hard. I do. That takes practice as well. So does not mean you're asleep, does not mean you're in a trance. You're just fully present, you're alert, and you're fully aware. And you must have, people have all glimpsed some of this in their lives. We've had the experience of no mind at some point. We're just not aware of it. Okay, so this is a martial arts thing, and it's the byproduct of chi. So this no mind is something you have to be superhuman to achieve. You don't. It's just about switching your thinking off. Easier said than done for some people, I know. So when you decide you're going to bring in no mind or satori, you just bring it in, you silence your mind, and I suggest that you find, a favorite spot in your house to practice this. And obviously when there's no, yelling kids around or barking dogs. Okay, no external distractions. And see how long you can hold this for. That's another practice. See how long you can hold that for. Okay. Gregory says, Man Searching for Meaning. Yes, Viktor Frankl. Thank you. I keep forgetting that book. Viktor Frankl had mastery over his thoughts and his mind. Okay, he definitely did. All right, so that's the third step, is bringing in no mind or satori. Remember that repetition is a master skill. So you don't want to do these things once and then give up. You want to make it important enough that you actually want to control your own thoughts. Control is a good word, and put the own thoughts that you want in your own brain. Okay, moving right along now. For those that already can do the 15 seconds, God bless you. Keep it up. The ones that can't, it gets better and better and easier and easier. All right, now step 4. Step 4 is developing an impenetrable force shield. Now we got to take that skill and turn it into an impenetrable force shield that will literally protect you at all times from negative influence from the world around you and keep you aligned on your path to riches, wealth, happiness, and joy, and peace and harmony. Okay, now if you didn't try this, it's a red flag that you're seriously fighting it. Okay, so you're fighting. If you didn't go and try to do the 15 seconds, that also says there's some resistance there, because this is a really easy thing and it does change lives. Okay, now if you've applied this, I'm just going back to my notes. Where is it? Okay, now the next step is 15 minutes. 15 minutes of pure, pleasurable thought. That's what you graduate to. And this can be hard because your mind starts to go off and start thinking. Now here's some tips how to do it. Make sure when you're doing the 15 minutes that any thought that you are thinking that has any other sub-negative thought attached to it, you don't go there. So that's not a good thought to go into. So it could be like, you had a good time at Christmas with the family, but then somebody started fighting, and you're going to think about that as a secondary thought. That's not a good thought, because that is attached to another thought that is not pure, positive, pleasurable thought. So you're not going to choose those. And I'm going to help you actually get a library together. And I actually wrote all of mine on a list because I thought, wait a minute, and I would actually look at them going one to the next to keep me on track. That's a good idea. Okay, so, and you're thinking 15 minutes, that's super hard. Well, it gets easier, and the more you do it, you realize you can just turn your day around no matter what has happened. Okay, so the other thing is you have to practice appreciation and gratitude. Okay, so this is 15 minutes of pure, pleasurable, positive thought, bringing in appreciation and gratitude. Okay, so that's going to make it even more powerful, because the law of attraction comes in here. What you appreciate, you attract, and all of those good things. It's just a good thing to be grateful anyway. I do a gratitude list every night, and every night I just feel it just gets me to another state of, no matter what kind of day, what I'm grateful for, this. It's a long list every day. I mean, it goes on and on. I'm so grateful for so much. Okay, that's practice. The gratitude practice grows and grows, and it really does change your life. Okay, so now I have a library of 15 minutes that I wrote down, but now I'm so good at this, I can just kind of pick it up and think of things. But I did actually write them down on a piece of paper. I suggest you write down enough thoughts that will keep you going for at least 15 minutes, okay? And as I said, it's a practice at first. Now I can lie in bed in the morning and I can go, okay, go into it. I can start thinking, and sometimes I can think about one thought for like 5 whole minutes. So I only need 3 then. I only need 3 experiences because I'll go really into it, okay? Again, as soon as some other negative thought attaches to it, you bail and you go to another positive. And you can actually have your list in front of you until you get really good at this. Okay, so these are the moments where you just felt joy and it's amazing and you want to live that over. So I'll give you some examples of mine. We went and saw dolphins with my daughters when we were in the Bahamas, and it was just a pure, pleasurable experience. So I think of when we went and saw the dolphins, and it was amazing, and there was nothing negative attached to that. It was just pure joy, and Sean the dolphin was playing with us, and it was just beautiful. So that was one of my thoughts that I used to have on my page. And then, let's see, the first time my daughters met my mom, that was just amazing. So, I mean, this is not like sad thoughts. I'm crying joy. It was so amazing. And just like moments in my kids' lives when we had certain things come. I'm going to cry in my life again. I'm trying not to do that, folks. But basically, these are happy tears. You know, we all have so many experiences that are pure pleasurable thoughts that we could just go back into those and relive those. You get into a different state no matter what kind of a day you're having, okay? So that's the system. And I'm going to go through the 4. I'm going to recap for people that missed it. All right. Sometimes I go to 15 minutes and it goes on and on and on. I love it. I can sit there for half an hour, and you're done with this. You are in a completely different state. Okay, so again, avoid anything that you're thinking that leads to a negative thought. What's another one? Yeah. Okay, so basically you could brainstorm all your moments in your life and write them in a sheet, as I did, till you get really good at this. Okay, now at the end of the 15 minutes, have a go. Try to bring in Satori at the end of it. Try to do the 15 minutes, then bring in no mind, because then you're basically on demand. 15 minutes, no. The more you can control your mind, you're a powerhouse. Andrew says, do you have resources for additional reading this system? Yeah, I could send you one. There's a guy called it's called the Bug-Free Mind. His name's Andy something. Okay, so some of this was taken from him and some of it was taken from another, but I can point you in that direction. Okay, now this is the summary. Bring in a positive thought for which you are truly grateful. You can expand around that thought. You can go deeper into the memory of it, what you experienced, how it felt, all sorts of great stuff. Fully feel it again. Okay, my phone keeps falling. That's number 1, bring the positive thought. Number 2, expand, fully feel it, experience it. Number 3, you can create your list of what you're grateful for and of the pleasure, and you can spend 15 minutes a day being in this pure, pleasurable, positive thought, feeling grateful for it, and amazed. Okay, so you only want to think about things that are joyful and amazing, that you really want to think about, and have no negative thoughts attached to it. My phone keeps dropping. Okay, now, the 4th one, you can bring in no mind and restart your mind. So it's like rebooting. Just decide to do it. You just decide. You keep doing it without any annoyance, just acceptance. And sooner or later, you will be able to do this. You just know you will. You expect to be able to do it. You will be able to do it. Okay. But do not become too attached and too tight. It'll all happen because this is a practice. And what I've known with practices is when you start, it seems so hard, and then I can just lie there and go right into my PPP thought. I can just go right into it now, and I don't have to have a list anymore. I just think of one, and I go into it exactly how that felt, and it just gets better and better. And when you're done with it, you're in a different state. Okay, other things. Now, I added this because I'm big on this. Accept what is. So if you just accept what is, because people go, oh, what are you going to do about that? I'm thinking, well, sometimes there's not much you can do about certain things except accept that it is, and you can adopt a certain mindset towards it, especially if it's something that other people are doing and you have no control over. Well, you just accept what is, and you can plant your own way of thinking in your mind by using this system. Okay. Should you feel bad about something? No, you shouldn't feel bad about anything. You can say, I choose to accept the situation, and I'm now going to go into my 15 minutes of pure, pleasurable, luxurious, positive thought, and I'm going to get myself into a different state because I am choosing to take that thought out of my brain and even going to Satori, which is no thought, to help you out. Okay, so that's kind of it. And I just want to add that we do choose how we think about things. We choose how we think, and we choose what we think. Especially now with all the media stuff, this has really helped me. Because people are like, oh, what? And I'm like, well, I think exactly what I want to think, no matter which camp of propaganda is spurting all over us, because there's so many different camps of propaganda. Choose your propaganda camp. You know what? I just choose to think what I wish to think, okay? And this has really been helpful during these times. Okay, now, that's the how to reprogram your brain. Josh, hey, how are you? Okay, does anybody have any questions about this? If I didn't explain, I know I was looking at my notes, but was I clear in this, Andrew? Was this, because really what I just gave you was enough. I wanted to make it simple, but I didn't want to miss anything. So the whole concept is that you control your, first of all, you can control your desire initially to control your thoughts. That's the first thing, is to want it, to make a choice. Hey, and then there's the 15 seconds. Get good at the 15 seconds of choosing your actual thoughts that you want to choose, all right? Then you're going to build on that and feel it more, and go into like what happened before this time and what happened after, and how I felt in the clothes I was wearing, and everything, and what it was, everything. And then you're going to do the 15 minutes, and that's a big practice. Okay, Gregory says, in emptiness there is good, but no evil. Wisdom exists, logic exists, the way exists, the mind is empty. Miyamoto Musashi. Very good. I know Gregory is a martial arts person. Okay, all clear. Okay, good. Stefania said it was all clear. Hey, Dasha, how are you? Yes, it was clear. Good. I just wanted to make it really simple. I simplified the whole system. Literally, this stuff works, and then you get better and better, and you're in the middle of some disaster, and you go, I'm going to go into my PPP thought, and I'm going to turn this around. And as I said, I read this story of this guy that lost everything. He was lying in a bed sick. His wife left him, lost his business. He was lying there just concentrating on positive thought like this. And he also had another thing he did. He kept saying, I am loved. Literally, he said, lay in bed, and he said, I am loved. I am loved. And that one thought, which is a pure positive thought, got him, he became a multimillionaire apparently after that. Okay, so this was a guy that lost everything. His wife left him. He's sick as a dog. He thought he was going to die because of the stress of losing everything. And he just lay there going, I am loved. Okay, which is a pure positive, pleasurable thought over and over and over. So if you're having a bad time in your life, lie there and just think, I am loved, I am loved, I am loved. And then go into this 15 seconds of remembering some gorgeous memory you had. We all have them, okay? And we want to relive that over and over and over and over again, because it does something to our brain, because everything that I share with you is usually based on neuroscience. Okay, did you like this? Do you think this is going to change your life? I think it will, and I love simple stuff. Okay, who liked this? Now we're going to go into, now that I've got your brain into this sort of other thing, now I'm going to go into who has questions. Okay, who has questions about your business? Who needs help? By the way, if you want to talk to me, just to #talk, and I'll talk about like my system and why it works and how I can get you from 0 to 30K online if you're a coach, a service provider, or a copywriter, or a consultant, or an expert, or want to be an expert. Okay, Andrew says, so what is your shoe size? Sorry. Andrew knows that you can ask me anything but my shoe size. Maybe I'm going to tell you my shoe size. I shouldn't be ashamed. I'm just joking. Okay, ask me anything. Who has a question? I'm here for you. This is the AMA. Ask me anything. You loved it. I'm glad, because Sam is that guy that loves whatever I do. Okay, so I appreciate you for that. Not everybody loves every single thing I do. Certainly not my kids. Okay, so who has any kind of question about marketing, about online business, about what I do? You can do #talk, and you say, hey, Jeanne, want to talk to you now, #. Also, you can do #live, and or #replay if you're listening or watching this on the replay. Okay, who needs help? I'm here for you. You know I am. Live, thank you. I'm wearing my Arte shirt. This was a convention I went to. Arte means excellence in Greek. This is the Ed Milet big conference I went to. It was fantastic. Jesse Itzler was there. It was amazing. Okay, who needs help? Because you know I'm here for you, and I will stick around for a bit. Who had questions or was confused about that? Talk. Okay, Raja, thanks for doing that. I'll look back later and I'll send you my link. Alrighty, so live, Robin. So who loved this? Anyone? Who needs more help with this? Karen, how are you? Okay, who wants, Andrew says, do you recommend testing packages in the development phase or developing them and sticking with them? Okay, you mean offers, yes, packages. I suggest that you test them while you're selling it, because nothing is ever going to be perfect, and build it and they will come. That is hogwash. You don't build it and they'll come. You build it while they're coming, while you are selling it and marketing it, because the biggest mistake people make is they go away and they build all this stuff and they spend a lot of money and time and they don't even know if their market wants it. So I'm big on message to market matching, meaning you're talking to your market and you're interviewing them and finding out what they actually want and need, and you're asking them. Okay, it's a little bit like the Ryan Levesque Ask method, but it's not, but it's still all the same concept. You don't go away and you don't go build something and spend all your life savings on it, and you don't even know if people like your stuff, okay? Now, people do that out of fear, because it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go build it and I'm gonna hide behind it and then maybe somebody's gonna buy it, even though I'm not selling it, because we know the number one fear is nobody wants to sell. And I'm gonna tell you a story about me. I hated selling. It wasn't even that I hated selling. I wouldn't do it. When I was an actress, I was the worst person at selling myself. People would say to me, you're such a good actress, but you suck at selling yourself. And I'd be like, yeah, I know. They're like, you've got to promote yourself more. I was terrible. In fact, if I knew what I know now, I probably would have had more roles, okay? That's okay. I live my life without regret. That's another thing. I love Edith Piaf for that. Je ne regrette rien. And I think if people can learn to live their life without regret, and I gotta say, there's one regret I have, and I'm really like working on it. Like, really only one, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to live my life without regret, so that's not going to be a regret, and I'm going to take control. You have to take control of your own thoughts. How you think, what you think, that is a masterful person. That is a person that will be an enormous success, because they've first chosen to control what is going on in their mind, not just being, a victim to everything that's going on. No, you have control, like Viktor Frankl definitely had, control over your thoughts and your mind. That is a big step. That's a huge step. You're going to be the king of the world. Okay, why was I going off on that one? Can't remember. Oh, yes. Don't build it and they will come. Build it while you're asking people, what do you need? How can I help you? How can I serve you? What should I create? Absolutely. I missed some. Let's see. Keeping what works and small tweaks for what exactly? Small tweaks, or not only small tweaks. I mean, I created a new whole program just to serve people during this whole situation, because I thought, I was moved. I thought, wait a minute, there are people that need me, and I'm going to create something new. And I did it in a dime, and they were grateful. One person's in here actually that's in there. But yes, definitely keep what works. But it's a process, and this magic wand mentality, drop it, folks. Nothing is a magic wand. This is wishful thinking. Now, but I'm going to say, can it be painless? Oh yeah, it can be painless. All right. I'm not saying you have to pay your dues, because I'm not that kind of gal. I'm saying it can be painless, but it's not a magic wand. But it can be really quick. Okay. I'm here to tell you it can be. Some of my clients were out there selling the next day. Okay. Gregory says, you are not a stereotypical salesperson, but you are a sales beast. Well, I am. I am a sales beast in the sense, heart-based sales. I was thinking about this yesterday. What is heart-based sales? Heart-based sales is you are serving. Serving is the mindset that you're not going to sell, that used car to somebody when you know it's going to break down, and you are not going to sign a client when you know that is really not going to serve them, because it's just not the right. I have refused working with people because I just know it's not the right thing for their particular business, because certain businesses can really benefit and some cannot. And I'll say, you know what? I actually don't do that. That is heart-based sales, because what you don't want is to hate yourself that you're selling people and you know deep in your heart that they shouldn't be buying your stuff, and they're not going to be happy, and it's going to be a really hard client because they're not aligned. So you're also not going to help yourself. So how would you describe yourself? Yeah, I would say I'm not really a salesperson. I am a heart-based welcomer. Okay, actually, I will tell you, it's right here. I'm going to show you something. Folks, this is what I do on a sales call. This is It's backwards. I am, can you read that? The voracious life changer. Okay? Literally, I work with alter egos, and my alter ego, when I'm on the phone with somebody to see if we're a good fit, I go into being the voracious life changer. So my goal on that call, and some of you have been on a call with me and you didn't know that, but I'm looking at that while I'm like, no, I'm the voracious. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to change this life. But I'm first identifying if I can help. Now, if I can't help, I don't go into that. Then I'm on their side. I'm like, nope, I'm going to do my best to enroll this person to change their life through their business, because that's my calling, is to help people make money, to be visionaries, to get their gifts out in the world. I'm just a catalyst. So that's my mission. So yeah, it is sales, but sometimes I don't even think it's sales. It's just enrolling. It's enrolling them to my vision to help their vision, okay? So yes, heart-based sales. Andrew says, to what level of detail do you define your avatar for each of your offers? Well, I'm so clear on my avatar now, but when I first started, and I go through a whole process with my clients, when we first start, and some of you are my clients, so you know it's long. I mean, doesn't take long. It's very in-depth. So you are thinking like your avatar. It's like, I was an actress, and I take them through my acting. I literally take them through my acting process. This is an acting process for some of you that are my clients. I took you through what I do when I am creating a character. It's like exactly how do they think? What do they eat? What are they listening to? What are their motivations? All of that. So it's pretty detailed. But now, because I have spoken to thousands of my avatar and I continue to be out there, and that's the other thing about me, no matter how successful I get, I will always be in direct contact with my target market and with people, because I believe that's what's missing with a lot of the gurus. They get so far removed from the people that they are saying they're helping, and so they are helping. They have no idea what those people want or need anymore. So that's one of my things, is not keeping people at arm's length. I don't even know how to keep people at arm's length. It's not even in my personality. When people say, do you keep people at arm's length? I'm like, well, no, because I just don't know how to do that, and I don't want to, because that's not serving them. So I think it's always the fact that I do still speak to hundreds of people a week. Hi, Jamie. I'm very in touch with what people need and how that is changing. So during this whole COVID thing, I was intimately aware, week by week, what people were needing. And it's changing every week, because it's not like people need something, they need something that changes. Like children need something that changes the older they get and the situations they're in. And also with your family and friends. What is your definition of a heart-based sales? Jesse, my definition is that when you are on a call with somebody or interacting in any way, whether that's in any way, shape, or form, you're thinking only what will serve that person. And I'm also going into my alter ego, which I'll pull up here again, which is, I am the voracious life changer. I literally go into that, and I was looking at this when I was talking to you yesterday, by the way, because I'm thinking, okay, this is what the person needs. I can provide that. Okay, first of all, are we a good fit emotionally? Because the last thing I want is to work with somebody that we don't get along. That is just a living hell for both people. And it's all good. I've had clients like that, and I thought it was going to be a fit, and it really wasn't, and it really wasn't pleasant, and it wasn't worth it. I gave money back, actually. I said, it's just not good here. Take your money back. It's rare that I will do that, so don't think you're going to get a refund. Okay, just kidding. But the thing is, heart-based is that you need to say serving is the mindset. Selling's just an activity. That's just to get them in there, and you do an exchange of money, which is energy, and you say, okay, I'm going to help you. You're going to pay me money or whatever it is, whatever country you're in, and I'm going to deliver a service, and I'm going to do my best to serve you in the way that I do. And that is heart-based sales. It's the opposite of, I'm just going to sell this person no matter what. That's not heart-based. That's slimy sales. And I am so against slimy sales. And the reason why I'm so good at selling is because I have gone the opposite way, that I don't in any way, shape, or form see myself as a slimy salesperson. So I have no fear of selling, because that is the fear people have, that they're going to turn into a slimy salesperson. Well, don't do it. Just be honest. And the other thing, I know I'm getting a little excited here. People lie a lot on sales calls. You don't lie. Oh no, you never lie on this. You never lie anyway.
There's this thing we've accepted that we lie in life. You shouldn't lie, folks. It's just wrong. So I think being over scrupulous, which is part of my personality, has helped my sales, because I'll be like, well, actually, I got to admit, this person had this experience and this person had that experience. People go, wow, thank you for being so transparent. So heart-based sales are transparent. It's being connected to what that person needs. Can you provide it? And being honest about that. Being honest. If you can't provide it, let it go. Just say, I don't think I can help you. Okay? In a nice way. Okay. Humble. Yeah, humility would be good. I don't think I'm the most humble person in this world, to be honest. I'm not. Why? Because I think women have been beat on the head so much. Be humble. So I'm not humble at all, on purpose. And all the women listening, don't be humble, because we have been taught, oh, you have to humble yourselves. No, we don't. We should be bragging more. Okay, bragging when it's not out of insecurity. Okay, not bragging. Highlighting our value. I think that women need to highlight their value, and men too. It's not just for women, because I know there's a lot of men that aren't going to tell people how great they are. I'm saying, yes, highlight your value. Don't overshoot it. That weird, what's that weird? I always forget. That weird, disorder where people overshoot their actual abilities? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying where you're overshooting your actual ability. I'm saying, if you're good at something and you have proof like I do, I here are my screenshots. They're like, wow, that's a lot. Yep. Or you sound like you're really good. I am really good at this. It's a fact. So why would I say, oh no, I'm not really that good at this? Yeah, I go, I'm really, really good at this. Actually, I'm the best. I said that to somebody and they went, okay, that's honest. You're the best. I love that. It's true. I truly believe I am the best at organic marketing. Now you might think she's so full of herself. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That's what I believe. Okay, so be bold. Yes, be bold. Men and women, be bold. This thing of pretending, oh, well, I'm not saying to be full of yourself. I'm saying to state a fact. If you're good at EFT, say, I'm freaking great at EFT. I just am. I'm so good at it. I'm great. And you know what? I'm so good at, getting clients on LinkedIn, Gregory. I'm great at it. I'm so good at copywriting. I'm really good at copywriting, Robin. Own it, okay? Because nobody is saying, oh, you're so full of yourself. They're saying, well, you know what? Thank you. People have said to me, yeah, I see you're good at this. I like that confidence. It's not a false confidence. Be confident, okay? Women, men, people, brag in a good way. Just state what it is you're good at, not to be full of yourself, but just state, yeah, I'm really good and these are the results. Yep. Why would I say, oh no, I'm really not good at that at all? It's just lying. Okay, so the heart-based really is to not put down how good you are. It's to highlight your value, that yes, you can help them. And if you are a visionary, which most people here are, visionaries should be doing their darndest to help other people. And if you are not letting the light shine on your goodness, you're depriving every person that you could help with, this is kind of driving me nuts, with what you're good at. I'm just going to tighten it actually. Do it later. Okay, so everybody loves a winner. Yes, everybody loves a winner who's not a complete you-know-what. It's not about being obnoxious. It's just about being honest. This is what I'm really good at. These are the results. Take it or leave it. Okay, clarity, yes. All right, who has a question about anything? That was a good question, and Andrew, and I answered that in a roundabout way, but you know how I am. I try to find other nuggets of wisdom that I can impart while I'm on the way, right? May as well make it as valuable as possible. Okay, who is like this? Has this been enlightening at all for anybody? Has it been helpful? Did I miss any questions? Let me see. Only a humble person would say they're not humble. Gregory, I love you. Okay, so I think Stefania had a business question. Let me go back. Stefania said, oh, there we go. I'm sorry, I missed that one. When do you know? It got paused, and I think we're back now. We have a bad connection. Sorry, folks. When do you know it's time for a switch in audience offer market? How long do you stick to something till something is not working? Okay, well, this is the deal. If you have an offer and nobody likes it after a while, it's pretty safe to say you got to tweak that, okay? And I don't mean that you give up before you actually market it. So there's two things going on. If you have an offer and you have not properly marketed it and then you give up, well, you don't know if that was going to work. You have literally been digging for gold and you have stopped 5 feet from the gold. So that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we did the proper marketing and that we've spoken to the market. And after you've done the proper marketing and you've been on the phone with a lot of people and it's really not what they need, sure, you got to change that offer. You've really got to change it, okay? But what I find is a lot of people don't do the selling, they don't do the marketing, they go, oh, nobody wants this. I'm like, but you didn't even try. You didn't really do basically trying, okay? So I'm gonna see if there's any other questions. Oh, thank you for sharing, Troy. I actually couldn't share it to my group today. It wouldn't share, and I promised I would. So sorry, I'll have to share it later to Smartest. By the way, my group is called Smartest Business Strategies for 7-Figure Growth. Now, if you don't know who I am, everybody, I'm Jeanne Omlor. I am the online business profit strategist and coach, and I help coaches, consultants, experts, and certain service providers to scale to 20K plus months online fairly quickly with sometimes no website, no email list, no funnel, no ads. It's not that hard, folks. Okay, does anybody, well, this has been a pleasure sharing with you guys today. I always have such fun on these lives, and I mean that. I'm not being like fakey. Okay, so who has another question? The one and only Jeanne Omlor. Oh, thank you, Gregory. Live, yes. Okay, so now if you want to talk to me about how I get people to 20K plus months online, hashtag talk, hashtag we need to talk, hashtag help, hashtag emergency. I'll see all that and I will give you my link and we will have a heart-to-heart, a heart-based sales conversation. Alrighty, so I'm going to, if we don't have any other questions or comments, I'm going to end the live for now, but always know that I do Saturday live at 5 every day, every Saturday at 5 p.m. EST. It's on my timeline. I'm also streaming it to my group, which is the Smartest Business Strategies for 7-Figure Growth, but it didn't work today. It just wouldn't connect. Alrighty, so I'll wait around for 3 more seconds or a few more seconds to see if anybody has any other questions or comments or anything. Otherwise, I will say goodbye for now. But keep checking into my timeline. There's a lot of gold there. Also LinkedIn. There's a lot of gold on LinkedIn and in my group, Smartest Business Strategies for 7-Figure Growth. Join it now. Again, if you want to talk to me, hashtag talk. Please recap main takeaways. Okay, main takeaways were with the how to reprogram your brain. Step 1, 15 seconds of pure positive pleasurable thought. Get really good at that. Number 2, connect it to all sorts of emotions and feelings and great stuff. Number 3, practice no mind, which is Satori, where you have no thoughts. 4, 15 minutes, where you're creating an impenetrable force shield and make sure that you are not letting other sub thoughts which are negative come in and affect those other thoughts. And it's basically 15 minutes of practicing gratitude and appreciation for those wonderful times. So, Duran, I'm just signing off now. God bless everybody. I'll see you next week, Saturday, live at 5. Take care. Bye-bye.